everyone. Right, tonight I'm going to be looking at the GeekVape Blade. Now this, I have been using it for the last couple of days. I bought it second hand from a local guy. He bought it, didn't want it, so I thought, oh, I'm going to purchase it. What I like about this is you can either run it with the 18650 batteries, the 2700s, or the 21700 batteries. I have two there. Absolutely love these. Two of these last me all day. Not a problem at all. Still got, say, quarter charge when I go to put it on charge. They do fit in the night call chargers. A bit snug, but they do fit and they do charge. You can charge via the device, but as always, for battery safety, it's just safer to use an external charger. So let's have a look at the back. On the back, it's got an upgraded AS chip. It's fast and accurate, extremely light with PPS material. This mod is really light. With the 18650s, it comes with a bit so you can fit them in. Not that that weighs a lot, but I found the lightest this was with the 2700s in it. With two of them, battery life's good, but you haven't got like the extra sleeve or anything like that for the extra to take up the room for the 18650s, and the 21700s are a relatively heavy battery anyway, so it does make it a bit heavier. But this is seriously light. I think they said they made it out of like a military grade plastic, and it's brilliant. You got your scratch and check, made in China, obviously. GeekVape codes. You got your little signs or whatever. You know, if you're pregnant, don't. Where that one is, CE, recyclable box, and anything else. But this is the packaging, nice and simple. It's a nice sturdy box. GeekVape on the sides, and on the front, got a holographic writing at the bottom, holographic outline of the mod in the middle. GeekVape Blade, 235 watt, and they call this one Starry Night. Now this is some of the nicest paint I've seen on a mod, and it's holding up well too, which I'm quite impressed about. So there it is. This painting, they call it oil slick. It's essentially like a hydro dip style paint, but it's done with an oil base, and yeah, no two will ever be exactly the same. As you can see, I've been using it. You get the old scratches on the screen, but this button here has a little LED light. You can change the colour. It's got RGB behind it. You can turn certain ones off. You can either turn red off, green off, or blue off, or turn them on to get the colour you want. Up here, spring-loaded 510 connection, which is always good. That's what you got to have, really. Nice, and it is nice. It's actually quite soft, which is quite nice. Designed by GeekVape Blade. I like the fact this is metal. You're not going to scratch any of the paintwork around it or have to worry about anything like that. On the bottom, just says Blade, designed by GeekVape. Then you got plus and minus buttons, USB for upgrading and for charging. So if we have a look in the back, see the back of these magnets are strong as well. Have a look in the back. You got your battery vent in there. So looks like that on the back. It's not hideous, which is quite nice. 4 magnets, and then a little code in there. It's more probably for them so they can match the paint of this to the paint of this. So I'll put that to one side and let's have a look. Right, so you've got your 18650 slots. Okay, you look at it, you think, oh yeah, fit 2 18650s in. And then the trick with this is this bottom bit. If you can get your fingers behind that, pull that out, and it slides off the little ribbon that they all have and make life getting the batteries out easier. And then in there you've got room for either your 2700s or your 21700s. And then I prefer this to say what you get with the iJoy Captain. You get them sort of rubber sleeves. They can be a pain in the ass, but this, to be fair, has just stayed in the box. So that's where it's going back. So it's been living. So I'll put these batteries in. These are the Barzen 21700s, 4000 mAh, 3.7 volt, 20 amp, continuous, high rate 30 amp. Now, under a test, these went up to 40 amp, not a problem. But obviously you still got build safe, so I'll always only ever go out to about 30 amp anyway, until they bring out some ridiculously amazing battery that will handle like 60 amps. So obviously you got your plus there and your minus there, like normal mod. Put this in, and these are a tight squeeze, but just a little bit of force they go in. 2700s, if anything, they're probably a little bit loose in there. Your 2700s, but your 21700s just make it all a little bit tighter, a little bit better. So if we stick the other battery in, obviously it goes the opposite way. Squeeze that in there, and there we go. Straighten that up, because that's just the way I am. And then if we get the back, that's how strong these magnets are. They're just, you really got to try and pull that back door off. But it's not metal, it's not stainless steel or anything, it is plastic. But it is military grade plastic. Little boy's come to join us. Hello, buddy. Sim losing his marbles. 5 clicks, turn it on. There we go. I've been running it at 60 watts. Yes, buddy. No screen, no call detected. It isn't as bright here in real life as it was on the screen. I've got the screen turned down. Just I think it saves battery life. You see it dim there as well. No call to, so you go 1, 2, 3, and you'll see the power light up at the top. So then you can change your modes. You got power, obviously it's just wattage mode, temperature control nickel, stainless steel, titanium, you got your TCRs, and then you got your vape curve where you can change it how you want. You got your bypass, and then back to power. Now, when you've got that power highlighted, if you little boy's falling over. If you click it once, go down to coil, and you can, I'm sure if you hold down, oh no, if you hold down both it goes to red, green, blue, hold that down. There you go, sorry for the little break in that video there, just had to tend to little man, decided to come in and fall over, which is trying to get to toys, twirly-roo teddies and stuff like that. Where was I? Right, yes. So, 3 clicks takes you into power. It takes you into the menu and the power lights up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, click it again. Sorry, it takes you to coil, and you can hold the minus. I think it is. Yeah, it's not going to work now. That plus resets the coil, and minus, if there's a coil on there, it locks the coil. And then it takes you to puff. If you highlight the power and hold down plus and minus at the same time, you can turn your RGBs. So if we do that, so you can have purple, you can anything that's in the spectrum really. So purple, blue, it's like a light blue. If you turn them all on, it's almost like a white. So we go white, go down, red, yellow, it's like a yellowy green, you know, you play about with it. You can pick your colours you want. Mine, I have. Doesn't stay on menu very long. I have red on and I have blue on. I have the green off. It gives me purple. I think there's a nice amount of purple in this mod to be able to rock the purple light. There you go. It's not overly bright. When it's dark, it shines quite well, but that's pretty much it. So 1, 2, 3. Let's put it back into wattage mode. There you go. Hold the power button down. Done. So if we put a mod on, tank on, shall I say? Screw it on. This is a Kyling. If you know my videos, you know I love the Kyling. Screw it down, and then you have, look at that. That is almost a perfect fit on the ring there. So I'm not going to get any damage to the paint or anything like that. The paint, for, you know, it's got a couple of little marks, they're more rub marks than anything else, but like if you've got it in your pocket or something like that, it is, like all mods, they all scratch, they all mark. You know, they're not perfect. This hasn't got any sort of lacquer or protection on it, but it's still holding up pretty well, which I'm quite impressed with. I'm guessing it's just black underneath, judging by the colour in the battery, vent holes and stuff like that. They're pretty cool though, they've got a nice shape to them. You know, slightly raised around the edges. So that's pretty good, but with the 21700s, like I said, this thing will last me all day. I started vaping this at 9 o'clock this morning. They were fully charged. They're halfway down, 0.1 ohm, and she fires up lovely. So your amp, your volt, your puffs. So that's pretty much it for this mod. It's nice, it's simple, but I love the fact you can put your 18650s in it, your 2700s, or your 21700s. 2700s and 21700s, I think they are fantastic for vape batteries. People need to start making more for these batteries. Like mech mods, 2700 mech mods are fantastic. I don't think I've seen a 21700 one yet, but these batteries are getting bigger, they're getting better, they're getting stronger, they last longer. You know, and under testing, these Barzen ones were 3,940 something milliamp hour at full charge. They've got 4,000 on the packet, they've rounded it up, fair enough, but they do last. So there we have it. That is the GeekVape Blade, and out of 10, I'm going to give this a 10. I like this a lot. I'm not going to take it to work. It's not a mod I want to take to it. I don't want to ruin it. This is, you know, if I'm going downtown, I'll take it. If I'm going out in the car, I'll take it. If I'm going to a do, I'll quite happily take it. For work, I've got a Smock Alien and an RX200. That the RX200 is just bulletproof. Yeah, I don't think you can beat them really. For an old school mod, they are bulletproof. But this definitely gets a 10 out of 10 for me. But I will say, if you get one, keep your little screen protector on. Just protect the screen a bit longer. You know, I'm pretty sure on eBay somewhere you'll be able to get some extra screen protectors for it, or even be able to cut some yourself. Cut around it yourself with some clear wrap or something like that, just to give it a bit more protection. But other than that, the GeekVape Blade, like I said, 10 out of 10. They're pretty new. I think they're about $58.99. I see one for on eBay. Like I said, I got this second hand. I paid $35 for it. Matey chucked in two 18650s, which is good of him. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power on. 1, 2, 3. Menu. Hold it down. Come back out of the menu. It's that simple. There's nothing. That's what I like. These new mods, they're nice and simple, but they're sorting out the things that matter, like the batteries. And I've got to say, GeekVape. This is my first GeekVape mod, and it is one of my favourite mods I've got by far. So 10 out of 10 from me. I know GeekVape, you done well with this. Just have a vape on it. But that's it from me. Laters, vapors.